Rent stress exceeds mortgage stress. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to have a look at this article from Mortgage Business discussing, well, rent stress and how it is exceeding mortgage stress. Now, before we have a look, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons today. Before we have a look at this article, I just want to, well, look at a few definitions. Now, the first one that I want to bring up is to do with housing stress. Okay, so housing stress is described as low-income households spending more than 30% of their gross income on housing costs. Okay, so that incorporates both rental stress and mortgage stress. It just depends on your unique situation. But the thing here that we need to emphasize is that it's the 30% of your gross income for low-income houses. Now, what is the definition of low income? That's it here. Low-income households refer to the 18% of households in the lowest equalized disposable household income quintile, adjusted to exclude the first and second percentiles. And, well, that all sounds impressive, but what is it in Australia? And this is a chart that, well, when I saw it, it still disturbs me to see this. Here we have the adjusted lowest income in Australia, the middle income, and the highest. This is household income per week. Highest are over $2,000. Middle, just under 1,000 in the 900s. Lowest, $433. So, there you go, everyone. This chart, this shows you. I should just put a vertical line in it. This is the K-shaped recovery, or the K-shaped economy that we have here in Australia. This is why some people are not at all worried or feeling the impacts of this lockdown, or lockdown after lockdown after lockdown. This is why some people are not concerned with the property price increases that we're having in Australia, and how some people just can't afford to get in property. Perpetually renting. This is the divide in Australia, everyone. So, with that in mind, let's have a look at this article. Rent stress exceeds mortgage stress, according to MeBank. Well, I'm not surprised. Rents are going up. Let's just look at some of the asking rental prices here. We have a look in Sydney. And of course, there we go. I'll just, what are we looking at there for rents, everyone? We're looking at $696, guys, in Sydney. If we look at Melbourne, and I'll just reload that. There we go. Good. We're looking at $520 with change. $522 for a 3-bedder, guys. If we're looking at Brisbane, we're seeing, hang on, I'll have to reload that one as well. Come on, there we go. Come on, Brisbane, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Well, I can tell you, I can see it here, guys, a fair bit. So, we're seeing rental costs go up everywhere. So, a survey by MeBank has found that over 2/3, 68% of renters reported rent stress, which is typically considered to be rental payments of more than 30% of household disposable income. So that's worse than the housing stress, because disposable comes after your other. That's gross income, guys, so this is even worse. Few respondents reported mortgage stress, with 42% of mortgagees paying more than 30% of their household disposable income on mortgage repayments. And remember, the definition that we're looking at is to do with the lowest income household. So if this is someone on $2,000 a week paying 30% on housing costs, it's not going to be the same as someone scraping the barrel. The survey of 1,500 households in the June 2021, with the assistance of DBM consultants and Economics and Beyond, found that on average renters were spending 41% of their income on rent. Oh boy, 41%. That's insane. That is just utterly insane. This has jumped by 8% over the last 6 months to June 2021. The current levels of rent stress is 3% higher than that measured in December 2019 before the coronavirus pandemic. Well, we've seen, I'm going to bring up this regional rental prices here, and hopefully it'll load up. There you go. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that growth. That's insane in the rent price growth there. This is the gentrification of the regions. A lot of people are getting pushed out. The locals can't stay there anymore. The proportion of renters reporting no stress reduced from 40% in December 2020 to 32% in June 2021. Those reporting some stress increased from 21% to 25%, and those reporting moderate stress increased from 26% to 29%. Those reporting a lot of stress increased from 12 to 15%. Groups that reported high levels of rent stress included single parents, couples with young children, retirees, households on low income of less than $40,000 per annum, and below average incomes of $40,000 to $75,000. Remember, everyone, the median income, smack bang in the middle, is $55,000, or roundabout. Furthermore, women, 75% reported rent stress than men. Commenting on the survey's finding, MeBank's consulting economist, Jeff Orton, said that a range of factors had contained mortgage stress more than rent stress, including low interest rates, a recovery in economic activity, and loan repayment deferrals by some households. It's the loan repayment deferrals, everyone. Remember, I'll bring this up again to show those of you that haven't seen it, for probably one or two videos, if we have a look here. Remember, we had $250 billion worth of loans deferred. And now just looked at another video, 15,000 more people, more loans deferred. Furthermore, households are well ahead of their minimum repayments and have significant net equity or savings on their home loans. He said, yes, they're right there. On the other hand, rental markets have significantly tightened across most of the country, while falling vacancies have resulted in steep rent rises, he said. As of June 2021, the median rent for houses and units jumped up 6.6% compared with the same time last year at $476 per week, according to CoreLogic data. Renters are now facing some of the biggest rent hikes we've seen since the GFC, he said. While wage gains on average have picked up slightly from the historic lows recorded at the onset of the pandemic, government income support has gradually unwound and rent moratoriums have ended. We may see more renters facing hardships as lockdowns continue, particularly among low-income, low-savings households reliant on government support. MeBank's findings have followed the recent release of a report by CoreLogic, which said that servicing mortgages has become cheaper than paying rent on 36.2% of properties, which is higher than the pre-COVID-19 proportions of 33.9% reported last year. Well, there you go, everyone. I can't say I'm surprised. What's the solution to all of this? Well, we need more stock. We need more stock on the market. We need to make it cheaper and easier for people to build, and we need councils to make it easier and cheaper for people to build. It's going to be a challenge, though, everyone. It certainly is. And I think a lot of this is exacerbated about people moving away from the cities because they're sick of the lockdowns. I don't see how it's going to get better anytime soon. As always, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here. There are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can sign up for our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Support us via SelfWealth or Stake. Buy a merch from HeiseSays or use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.